Today, we are going to talk about why you should not eat fried potatoes. There is a particular way that they prepare these babies, and it's gonna make your joints hurt. And at the end of this video, I am gonna show you what to eat instead that's gonna help your joints feel great. So let's dive in. Fried potatoes joints. Now there's something called fried potato joints or French fry joints, and they're usually breaded with some sort of flour, cornstarch, sometimes wheat starch, sometimes they use all three, and then they're battered and deep fried. And now we have this beautiful golden brown color. Why? Because when we combine the flour with water, it creates starch granules. When those starch granules get exposed to heat from frying them, they absorb a tremendous amount of oil. And so that's how you get this beautiful golden brown color. But boy, oh boy, is it inflammatory? Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever gone to one of these fried potato joints and you had these fries? Maybe with some onion rings and you're like, man, that was amazing. You got back into your car, and an hour later you're like, man, my stomach hurts. Well, what happened is you ate so many fried potatoes, and they were so starchy and so high in fat and oil that you really just overloaded your system. Your body doesn't know what to do with all this extra starch and extra fat. It starts to shut down and you start feeling bloated, and you might even start feeling some joint pain. I have personally experienced this because I used to go to these places all the time, especially when I was younger. I just love French fries. I love fried foods. And then one day I stopped and I said, you know what? I don't feel good after I consume this. And so the real question is, if you have joint pain, is it your fried potatoes? I think it could be. But let's look at the bigger picture. No. 2. Foods bad for joints. Now, there's two main categories of foods that are bad for your joints. One is fried foods and the other is sugary foods. Fried foods cause an inflammatory response. Now, what does that mean? When you eat fried foods, your body thinks that it's under attack, and so it sends out white blood cells to fight off the invader. In this case, the invader is the fried food. The problem is that the more fried food you eat, the more white blood cells you send out, and the more inflammation you have. So eventually, your body can't keep up with all this inflammation. And so the inflammation starts to build up and it builds up in your joints. That's where you start getting pain. That's where you start getting swelling. And that's where you start losing function. And then the second category of food that you need to watch out for is sugar. Sugar is very high on the glycemic index, meaning it spikes your blood sugars. And when you spike your blood sugars, it causes oxidative stress on your joints, especially on your knees. It's been shown that people who consume a lot of sugar have higher rates of knee osteoarthritis. So what does that mean? Well, when you have osteoarthritis, you have wear and tear on your joints. So you start getting this breakdown of the cartilage in your joints, and you start getting bone-on-bone rubbing. And that's where you start getting pain. That's where you start getting swelling, and that's where you start losing function. The third tip is Joint Pain Relief Natural. Now, I have a very simple solution for you to help reduce joint pain naturally. And what you're going to do is take 1 cup of berries, and I recommend a mixture of berries. You want to have blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. Take 1 cup of berries, put them in a blender with 1 ripe avocado, 1 tablespoon of organic lemon juice, and 3 cups of water. Blend it all together and drink this every single day. What this is going to do is this is going to provide anti-inflammatory properties from the berries and the avocado. It's also going to support your liver to help detoxify any toxins in your liver that may be causing inflammation throughout your entire body, including your joints. It's also going to provide phytonutrients, which are antioxidants that are going to protect your joints against future damage. Tip No. 4. Inflammation and fried food. Now, when you eat fried food, it increases inflammation for up to 24 hours. So what does that mean? When you eat that fried food, whether it's fried potatoes, whether it's onion rings, whether it's fried chicken, whether it's fried fish, the next 24 hours your body is going to be in an inflammatory state. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to improve your health, if you're trying to improve your joint pain, you definitely don't want to be eating any fried foods. No. 5. Avoid fried food joints. If you really want to take care of your joints, if you really want to take care of your health, you need to start avoiding these fried food joints. Now, I'm not saying that you can never go to these places, but you have to weigh the pros and cons. Is it worth it to go once in a while and set your joints back a little bit? Or is it better to save these types of meals for special occasions only? Tip No. 6. Aging and mobility. As we age, our joints start to stiffen up. We start getting less mobility. And this is because the synovial fluid in our joints starts becoming more viscous, meaning it becomes thicker. And this is due to oxidation. So if you're eating a lot of fried foods and sugary foods, you're going to speed up this process. You're going to speed up the loss of mobility in your joints. Number 7. Joint stiffness diet. Now, there's certain foods that can help improve joint stiffness and improve joint pain. And that is to consume more omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids have been shown to reduce inflammation in your joints. They've also been shown to improve blood flow to your joints. They also have antithrombotic properties, meaning they prevent the formation of clots. And they also prevent insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a huge driver of inflammation. Tip No. 8. Worst foods for pain. The worst foods for pain are going to be processed carbohydrates. These are going to be things like breads, pasta, cereal, biscuits, pancakes, waffles, sodas, juice, crackers, muffins, sodas, and juice. When you consume these types of foods, your blood sugars go up and then they come crashing down. When your blood sugars crash, what happens is you get more inflammation in your joints. This is because when your blood sugars go down, your body releases stored sugar into your bloodstream. This is called gluconeogenesis. The problem with this is that this sugar that is released from your body's storage is not regulated by insulin properly. So what ends up happening is you get more inflammation. Tip No. 9. Natural joint care. If you really want to take care of your joints naturally, here's what you need to do. You need to take 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, mix it with 1 glass of water, drink it before each meal. This is going to help regulate your blood sugars. It's also going to help decrease inflammation in your joints. It's also going to stimulate the release of glutathione from your liver. Glutathione is the master antioxidant. It helps detoxify toxins from your liver and from your entire body. So if you have toxins in your liver, it's going to cause inflammation in your liver. It's also going to cause inflammation in your joints. And tip number 10, healthy lifestyle tips. Here's what you need to do. You need to start exercising. You need to exercise for 30 minutes 3 to 5 times per week. You need to start consuming more anti-inflammatory foods like fruits and vegetables. I recommend 10 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. Start consuming more healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acids and start avoiding the seed oils. Seed oils are inflammatory to your body. Also, start consuming grass-fed and grass-finished beef and pasture-raised eggs. These are the healthiest proteins on the planet. So if you're enjoying my content, which I hope you are, and you're applying this knowledge to your health, and you have a success, I would really appreciate you sharing your success story. So click the link down below where you can upload your success story so you can help inspire others.